Yo, what up, a-holes? Thank you for tuning into the Holistic A-Hole podcast. My name is Erik Levi, and I'm the Holistic A-Hole, the mommy blogger with balls, the inconvenient truth of health. How's it going on this lovely, lazy Sunday? Hope you're doing great. Hope you got a nice night's rest, woke up, let the sunshine hit your face, went out there, grabbed your coffee, grabbed some brunch, spent some time with some friends, walked the dog, took out the trash, did the laundry, watched some football, scratch your ball, scratch your puss, whatever you're going. I hope it's a great Sunday, because this is the day, this is the Lord's Day, right? Whatever that means. Wanted to check in here for just a hot minute, because this is a pertinent episode for the weekend, all you weekenders out there. And has to do with vices, you know? Oh my God, vices. Are you allowed to have vices? If you're an a-hole, can you possibly have vices? When you're just changing the world and you're focused so much on holistic health and spiritual and your mindfulness and eating green smoothies and all this, can you have vices? The word or the answer definitively is yeah. Hell yeah. Have some goddamn vices, man. No matter what it is, no matter what degree. I mean, obviously within reason, you know, this is not, you know, me saying, hey, when you get done listening to this podcast, go grab yourself some black tar heroin and have yourself a nice little Sunday afternoon. This is not that at all. Basically, you know, I myself am guilty of maybe coming down a little too heavy-handed on this whole health journey thing. And that's the thing, man. It's a journey. Health is not a destination. It's a never-ending journey until the day we die. So, you know, go out and have fun every once in a while, right? Go out and freaking have a drink. Have a smoke. Have a, you know, whatever, a fucking hot dog, a cotton candy, a french fry, whatever it is. Do it every once in a while. But you have to, like, have that delineation between every once in a while and, oh, now we're just doing this every day. You know, I was thinking of this actually recently. I went out and just had some beers, man. I'm a beer drinker. I love it. You know, I used to drink a lot more. I hardly drink anymore. In fact, I could probably count on two hands how many days or nights this last year I've gotten drunk. I would even probably say, if we're talking gotten drunk, probably one hand. Like, I just don't do it anymore. And maybe it's because of the holistic madness that I'm, you know, surrounding myself with. Or maybe it's just, I've just programmed my body to just not want alcohol. And, you know, I see that a lot with people who are also on this journey. It's just when you're waking up in the morning and going to the gym, or you're drinking green smoothies, or you're jogging, or, you know, whatever you're doing, sometimes it's just like your body is just like, okay, we're over the alcohol thing. Like, we don't need it. You know, as opposed to maybe, I mean, freaking 5-10 years ago, I was like, I had to drink. Like, if it was Friday, like, I felt that little tingle in the back of my throat. And this is when I had the office job. And I'd be like, oh God, we gotta booze it up tonight. No matter how miserable boozing made me, you know, before, during, or after, it would just be like one of those habitual things. And nowadays, it's like I just don't do it, you know, along with, you know, eating bad, toxic crap, you know. It's not even that, like, I have to force myself to not eat fried chicken or to not eat pizza and all this crap. I just don't want it. It just doesn't make me feel good. And, like, I've been so on the ball with this really for the last couple months. I mean, just really hardcore, just not swaying from, you know, the holistic safety net. But then I went out with some old friends and I was like, F it. We're out, we're doing this. I'm not gonna be that guy who's sitting around drinking a freaking seltzer water, especially when I know about seltzer. especially what I know about, phosphoric acid and the bubbles and what it does to your bones and in your body, just creating an acidic atmosphere, and leaching calcium from your bones and minerals from your bones. That's what even seltzer water does to you. But I'm not gonna be that guy. And I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna drink some goddamn beers. I'm gonna drink some freaking beers tonight. And it's really hard to be a holistic a-hole and then to like just say, fuck it. I'm just gonna get hammered tonight. Because personally, I don't know if you guys experience this, but I've forgotten like what you're supposed to drink when you go out. Like we all have that friend who boozes too hard. They're your friend. You love them. You're not passing judgment. You just know they just booze too hard. And they just know all the drinks you're supposed to drink. They know like what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, what's cool, what's going to look good in your hand, what's going to give you the right buzz, what's the right thing to drink in the right social situations. Like if I'm going to a sports bar, you want to drink the beer, you want to drink some whiskey. But if you're going to like a classy place, you want to get like a foo-foo mixed drink or like a scotch on the rocks if you're a dude, so you don't look like a weirdo. I always think it's weird, by the way, like when people go to nightclubs and drink beer. I don't know why. It's just weird to me, like seeing people in a nightclub, like a fancy nightclub, like Meatpacking District, New York City, or whatever your douchey club area is where you live. I don't know. I just think it's weird to just drink beer in a club. It feels like you should step it up. But again, like I have no knowledge as to like what people drink. So it's like, I'm the guy at the bar who's just like, all right, what's on special? You don't want to be that guy. Unfortunately, the holistic a-hole, that is a classic a-hole move. What is the special? What is the cheapest freaking beer you got back there? Because look, I know that it's all the same shit. Yeah, you might have some different quality hops and what's the other stuff? Fruits or berries or whatever they put, that maybe filtered water. But in the end, if I drink a Coors Light, if I drink a weird hipster IPA, it's all going to go in my mouth, down the esophagus. It's going to get ripped up by the hydrochloric acid in my stomach, and then the sugar is going to get sent out. The, I don't know what else they have in there. The glucose, what else is in beer? There's no amino acids. There's no fatty acids. So the glucose is just going to go into my bloodstream. It's going to get filtered in my liver. It's going to cause a problem in my liver, no matter what the quality of the drink is. So I'm like, F it. I'm not gonna drop my savings, my life savings on a night of drinking. So I'm just going to get the cheapest thing you got. And that's basically what it is. And then, of course, you start drinking, and then it doesn't matter. You could be 15 beers deep. You could be a half a beer deep. You're like, all right, where's the goddamn pizza? Where's the junk food? It's all hands off deck now. We're going for it, And so I'm in Greenwich Village, and Jesus Christ, you walk around Greenwich Village, New York City, it's just the best food you're going to find on the planet. Anywhere you go. I mean, just all of it. The best pizza, the best, Italian food. They've got freaking taco restaurants. They've got little cannoli shops and gelato shops, donut shops. It's just a heart attack walking down Bleecker Street, especially if you're 3 beers deep like this a-hole was, and you're stumbling because, man, your tolerance is low. Although, I will say, if you've been taking care of yourself, if you've been, eating the right foods, eating a high alkaline diet, drinking enough water, if you've been treating your liver with some love, I gotta say, man, you have a little bit higher tolerance. Like my liver now, like when it gets alcohol going through it, it's like, hey buddy, keep it coming. We got plenty of space down here. We could do this shit all night. But I don't recommend that. And the thing is, like, I felt at first like this pang of guilt, right? I'm like, Jesus Christ, this night is going off the rails real fast. I'm 3 beers deep. I'm singing karaoke. I'm doing some Irish river walk dance. I didn't even know I was capable of that. I'm doing fucking handstands in the middle of the bar now because I've been just doing yoga for the last 6 months, and I'm like, hey, bar friends, want to see all the cool things I can do now? So now yoga moves are bar tricks for this a-hole. Just having a great time, but there's that little pang of guilt that shoots through, and you're like, wait, Erik, you're better than this. Don't drink. Don't eat the pizza. Even though it's John's pizza, it's going to be delicious. Oh, don't do it. And I was like, wait a minute, buddy. No. We live this life. We live this life. Doesn't mean we're perfect. Doesn't mean that, I'm going to die tomorrow. I'm going to go to sleep tonight. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. That's just how it's going to work. One night of drinking a handful of beers, and no shots, by the way. No shots. That's a disgrace. You go out drinking, you got to do a shot. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, like that fun buzz lasts for a couple hours, and then it's gone. And then everybody's gone. The light comes on at the club. You look into the eyes of the sea creature you've been dancing with, and you're like, ugh, this is not us. This is not who we are. And it's not so much that the guilt eats you up, but it's more about finding that place to know that you have the knowledge to just get back. Just to get back to who you are. You got on the little rowboat, you went out to sea, you want to see what's out there. You're like, is this still us? Is this what we do? Do we just rage every Saturday still? And you do it, and you're like, it comes back. It comes back like a freaking flood. Like the floodgates open, and it's like, oh, that's right. This feeling again. This shitty feeling of stumbling around to the subway, just, still kind of buzzing, being like, oh, it was a fun night, but where do I go from here? You don't have any revelations. There's no, great insight that you had. You just let off steam. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that every once in a while. But if you're in a place where addiction's a problem for you, if you're the type of person like me where you're just always chasing that dragon, no matter what it is, it could be drugs, it could be booze, it could be health, whatever it is, it could be food, it's never perfect. That's the dysfunction in my brain, just always chasing that dragon, always trying to relive that number one fun time. And I think nowadays it's more about take a breath, know that we've been there. We've been to the promised land. We've been to the top of the mountain. We know how to detox this crap. We know how to get back, and tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to eat right again. And it's not going to be a chore. It's going to be what I love to do. You know the feeling of what it's like to feel like shit and to feel like cash money. And if you're not thinking to yourself like, I want to feel like cash money all the time, then there is something holding you back. And you have to explore that. And you have to give it real mental real estate and be like, why? Why can't I just be just cash money all the time? That's all I want to be is cash money. I don't want to feel like garbage. And when you know that feeling, when you know that garbage feeling and you feel it creep back in, it brings you right back to the promised land. Even if you got to just wake up the next morning with a little hangover and you're like, oh yeah, this. No, I'm done with this. Sometimes that's real insightful sometimes. Sometimes that slap in the face by life, sometimes we need that, So I guess my point in this is don't fear the fuck up. Don't fear it. Go into it. Just turn into the fucking wall, Sometimes you got to do it. If it's like hanging with you, if you're like, man, like, oh God, like what? Like I've been so good for 2 months. I've been going to the gym. I've been eating right. I've been, doing my meditations. I got my stress level low. And now my friends want to hang out. It's like you need that. You don't have to drink. You don't have to smoke. You don't got to do anything. You can just be around people. But don't isolate yourself with this holistic lifestyle because it's very easy to do. I've been guilty of it. Many people I know who do this, many other a-holes guilty of it. Remember, life is about enjoyment, I think. Is it? It should be. Should be about enjoyment. Should be about you being the greatest a-hole you can be. Sometimes that means one step forward, two steps back. But as long as you put the shoes back on, get back up, and keep walking forward, who gives a fuck? I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I hope you are living your life to the fullest, whatever you're doing, whether you're on your cheat day, your binges, your real backs to the health, whatever it is. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I hope you have been enjoying all the podcasts we've been putting out here at the Holistic A-Hole. If you have been, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That way, this podcast hits your feed every time it comes out. And if you enjoy the podcast, go on to iTunes, your Apple podcast player, whatever it is, leave a 5-star review. It's so easy. You can just do it right there on your phone. And make sure you go on to all the social mediums. Join the Holistic A-Holes Facebook group, at Holistic A-Hole on Twitter, at Holistic A-Hole on Instagram, and Holistic A-Hole YouTube page. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.